As the great proverb says, you leave home to seek your future, and when you get it, you go home and share it with your family. I, on behalf of the families separated because of the Australian border restrictions, would like to address this message to the Honourable Prime Minister Mr. Scott Morrison, Australia's High Commissioner to India Mr. Barry O'Farrell, Acting Immigration Minister Mr. Alan Tudge, Australian Border Force Commissioner Mr. Michael Outram. Honourable Prime Minister, it's with mixed emotions I'm addressing you this message. Nobody would have ever thought that one would be needing permissions from the government to meet one's family. We all moved to Australia with the hope of having a better life for ourselves and our loved ones. But this pandemic has just destroyed every hope of ours. Many amongst us are waiting for their visas to be granted since over a year, and many of us are going to have our visas expired soon. The border restrictions have forced partners to live apart, families to live apart, for an unforeseen future, and many children to live without one of their parents. We all have applied exemptions multiple times, but every single time, it has got denied. We would request you to consider a few of our below suggestions. We are willing to undergo self-funded 14 days quarantine after reaching the destination. We are willing to get tested for COVID-19 as and when the border force demands. We will fly only if we have COVID tests done 72 hours prior to the departure date. Please start processing student independent visa applications lodged more than a year ago. Let your hospitality industry recover from losses and help them in saving jobs with the quarantine business. Mr. Morrison, just like your spouse, Jenny, and your beautiful daughters, Lily and Abby, we all have families too. We all are dying and hoping to see our families safe at any cost. Nobody in this whole world can firmly confirm the availability of a vaccine anytime soon, and while we appreciate the Australian government's efforts in securing the deal with AstraZeneca for an early access to the vaccine, but are we 100% sure that the vaccines would be successful? Sir, we all need to learn the way to live with this virus, and keeping the borders shut will only kill our economy. We are no tourists, we are not here for tourism, who are desperate to explore Australia, but we are the unfortunate ones who have no idea when we would go back. We have no idea that before the 20th of March, this pandemic will ruin our lives. We humbly request you to let us be back with our families. We are not a threat to the Australian community. We are counting on you, Mr. Morrison. We are waiting.